Overthinking. It's the plague of our modern age. Our minds, constantly bombarded with information and stimulation, struggle to find stillness. We replay past conversations, imagining different outcomes. We worry endlessly about the future, painting worst-case scenarios in vivid detail. This constant mental chatter steals our peace, leaving us anxious, drained, and unable to fully experience the present moment. But what if there was a way to escape this endless cycle of worry? What if we could quiet the noise and find a place of inner calm? Ancient wisdom traditions like Buddhism offer insights and techniques that can help us tame our overactive minds. There's a story in the Zen tradition about two monks walking along a muddy road. These monks, one older and one younger, were on a journey to a distant monastery. The path they chose was not easy. It was filled with obstacles and challenges, testing their patience and resolve. As they walked, they came across a young woman in a beautiful silk dress, clearly distressed. She stood at the edge of a particularly muddy section of the road, looking helpless and worried. The road was treacherous, and she was afraid of ruining her exquisite clothes. The mud was thick and sticky, making it almost impossible for her to cross without getting dirty. Without a moment's hesitation, the older monk approached her. He gently picked her up and carried her across the muddy path, ensuring that her dress remained spotless. He set her down safely on the other side, and she thanked him profusely before going on her way. The monks continued their journey in silence. The younger monk, however, couldn't stop thinking about what had happened. After several miles, he could no longer contain his thoughts and burst out, "Master, how could you do that? We are monks. We have taken vows and are not supposed to touch women." His voice was filled with confusion and concern. The older monk smiled calmly, his eyes filled with wisdom and compassion. He replied, "I set her down miles ago. Why are you still carrying her?" His words were a gentle reminder of the importance of letting go of unnecessary burdens and living in the present moment. This simple story holds a profound message about the nature of overthinking. It reminds us how our minds can become clouded with unnecessary thoughts and worries, preventing us from seeing things as they truly are. Overthinking can distort our perception, making it difficult to find peace and clarity in our daily lives. The younger monk, fixated on a past event and his own judgments, carries the burden of the situation long after it has passed. He is unable to let go, and this constant rumination weighs heavily on his mind, affecting his present moment and overall well-being. The older monk, embodying a state of non-attachment, acts compassionately and then moves on, his mind unburdened. He understands that holding on to past events only serves to cloud the mind and prevent true clarity. By letting go, he maintains a peaceful and clear state of mind. Our minds, when agitated by overthinking, are like a turbulent lake. The constant churning of thoughts creates waves of confusion and stress, making it impossible to see through the murky waters of our mind. The water is cloudy and we cannot see clearly. Our thoughts and emotions become muddled, and we lose sight of what is truly important. This mental fog can lead to poor decisions and increased anxiety. But when we calm the mind, just like the lake becomes still, clarity emerges. By practicing mindfulness and letting go of unnecessary thoughts, we can achieve a state of mental tranquility. This allows us to see things as they are without the distortion of our worries. We are able to see the present moment for what it is without the distortion of our worries and anxieties. In this state of clarity, we can make better decisions, find inner peace, and truly appreciate the beauty of life around us. Section 4. Practical techniques for quieting the mind. The story of the two monks offers a starting point, but how do we practically apply this wisdom to our lives? How do we take these ancient teachings and integrate them into our modern, often hectic daily routines? How do we quiet the incessant chatter of our minds and find a place of inner peace? The constant stream of thoughts can be overwhelming, but with practice we can learn to manage it. Here are a few techniques inspired by Buddhist teaching. 1. Mindfulness of breath. The simple yet profound practice can be done anywhere, at any time. This is the foundation of meditation practice. By focusing on the breath, we anchor ourselves in the present moment, away from the distractions of the past and future. Simply focus your attention on your breath, noticing the sensation of each inhale and exhale. Feel the air entering your nostrils, filling your lungs, and then leaving your body. When your mind wanders, gently guide it back to the breath. This gentle redirection is key. 2. Labeling thoughts. As thoughts arise, acknowledge them without judgment. This means observing your thoughts as they come and go without getting caught up in them. Simply label them thinking or worrying, and then let them go. This practice helps in not identifying with every thought that crosses your mind. This helps create distance between you and your thoughts, weakening their grip. 3. Questioning your thoughts. This technique involves a deeper level of introspection. Don't believe everything you think. Our minds can often be our own worst enemies, creating scenarios that are far from reality. Ask yourself, is this thought true? Is it helpful? By questioning the validity and utility of our thoughts, we can often dispel unnecessary worries. Often our worries are based on assumptions and imagined scenarios that have no basis in reality. By recognizing this, we can free ourselves from the unnecessary burden of these thoughts and find a deeper sense of peace. Section 5. Embracing imperfection, a key to peace. Another important lesson from Buddhism is the acceptance of imperfection. We often overthink because we strive for an idealized version of ourselves and the world around us. We replay past conversations, wishing we had said things differently. We worry about the future, fearing that things won't go according to plan, but life is inherently unpredictable. Things will not always go our way. We will make mistakes. Embracing this imperfection rather than fighting against it is essential for finding peace. As the Buddhist saying goes, suffering arises from attachment to desire. Section 6. The power of now. Overthinking often stems from our tendency to dwell on the past or worry about the future. We forget that the only moment we have any control over is the present. By bringing our attention fully to the here and now, we can escape the clutches of overthinking and experience life more fully. Engage your senses, notice the sights, sounds, smells, and sensations around you. Appreciate the beauty in the ordinary. When you find your mind wandering to the past or future, gently guide it back to the present moment. Section 7. Free your mind, find your peace. Overthinking is a common struggle, but it doesn't have to rule your life. You can take control. By incorporating these simple yet powerful techniques inspired by Buddhist teachings, you can learn to quiet your mind, find inner peace, and experience the freedom of living in the present moment. Remember, you are not your thoughts. They are just passing clouds. You have the power to choose which thoughts you engage with and which ones you let go of. Choose wisely and find your peace within yourself. Please comment and subscribe to the channel for more inspiring stories.